It's Peaches here, and this is Peaches Pit Party, the podcast. A lot of puh sounds with that title. A replay of today's full show, which you can hear weekday afternoons live on KBAR 101. I hope you like what I have to say, and if not, well, then I'm sorry, not sorry. Enjoy. Kicking off the show again with Ghost, because why not? The movie was fantastic last night. Ghost right here, right now. 2 showings last night, 2 more showings tomorrow night, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say. One's at 3, the other one is at 3:30. We gave away tickets for both showings. It was great seeing a lot of listeners and a lot of hardcore Ghost fanatics in the theater last night. I was a little late to the theater itself. Unfortunately, I had to go grab the station vehicle, drive it over there. I got off here and then just pretty much drove right over there. And I'm waiting in this long line, and I don't know what was taking so long for the couple of people ahead of me, but when I finally got to second place in line, the manager was like, yeah, we're now having to sell the display Ghost popcorn buckets and cups because we're running low. And meanwhile, that's being said to me, Victor texts me saying, hey, there's no previews. There's literally a countdown timer on the screen. The movie's about to start. And of course, I'm stuck behind this couple that is going, can I get nachos, extra cheese? Their total came out at the very end to like $60 to $80. It was incredibly expensive. And I'm just like, come on, I'm huffing and puffing behind them. Come on, I need to get this. I need to get in the theater. I need to go see I want to be in there for the start to the finish. Luckily enough, I was able to get a cup. They told me they were out of the popcorn buckets, and then right after I ran up my total, they go, oh, wait, we actually have 2 popcorn buckets left, but I just got the cup. Victor got the combo of the bucket and cup. And I'm like, what am I going to do with a popcorn bucket? I'm not going to fill it up with popcorn at home and watch movies with it. I already have enough bowls laying around my place. There's no need to have another popcorn bucket. Maybe put it on display, which is what I plan on doing with the cup. I don't plan on using that cup. I just plan on putting that on my I call it my shelf of crap, my SOC, right there by the front door. There's all my DVDs, and then there's these random things right there by the front. So if you want to go see that movie, make sure to do so tomorrow, or get it on DVD when that eventually comes out. Even if you don't buy DVDs, I would suggest getting it, or because streaming. I'm a huge proprietor of buying physical media. Don't stream your stuff. Buy the physical copies. It's so much better that way. Anyway, enough of my chit chat here. You can get a hold of me at 208-535-1015. Let's continue this afternoon here together. It's Peaches Pit Party on KBAR 101. I know this is very ironic for me to say, considering people could be listening to this later down the line on the Peaches Pit Party podcast. But is there really a need for everybody to have a podcast? I want to be a podcast elitist and say those with broadcast experience or even comedic value should only host podcasts. None of this random stranger podcast crap. I grew up with a lot of people, a lot of friend groups that were like, man, it'd be great if we were to start a podcast with one another, which I don't discourage you from starting your own. But I mean, I was just reading here about Khloe Kardashian launching her own video podcast on Twitter. I mean, X. Is there really a need for her to host one? What is she going to talk about that's not going to sound super annoying? All the Kardashians, their tone of voice is just downright awful to hear. You even had Kim Kardashian saying in a recent interview that she hates the sound of her own voice. And I feel like we all hate the sounds of our own voice. I can't really listen to myself. I hate seeing myself, hearing myself when it comes to anything. And I'm glad there's actually very famous actors who are very similar to me in that stance. Like Conan O'Brien hates seeing himself, hearing himself. Adam Driver, the same way. Like if I were in a movie, in a major motion picture, like Star Wars, and I was Adam Driver, I was Kylo Ren, I would not go to the premiere. I would not want to see it because then I would have to see myself and be like, oh, I look like that? Gross. Here's a helpful tip. If you see a snake in your home, don't try to grab it and take care of it yourself. Go ahead and call an expert. I know it's going to cost money, but it's going to be a whole lot less money compared to the hospital bills you have to pay if it bites you. This New Yorker, Steve Nahama, I guess he could qualify for the genius of the day, tried to flush a snake down the toilet ended up getting bitten instead. He found the serpent in his bathtub about 2 days ago and first thought it was a worm. So it must have been a small snake. But when he tried to dispose of the creature, it bit one of his fingers. The reptile ended up being a corn snake, which is not venomous, but an emergency service unit was able to remove the animal, transport it to a shelter in Queens. It's suspected the snake came into Steve's apartment through the sewer system. Fortunately, his finger appears to be just fine. Yeah, no need to touch any snakes. Unless you're, unless you're a snake expert or unless you're some type of dude that can handle reptiles like that. I know a couple people that own snakes, and I feel like those are the friends to call. It's like having that friend that owns a pickup truck. If you need help moving anything big, call your snake expert friend to get rid of any snake for you. This right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. JJ Redick, who played 15 seasons in the NBA, has agreed to a deal to become the new head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers. That's right. Redick has no coaching experience, but does have experience working with LeBron James on a podcast. Goes back to my thing as to why every single person, especially famous people, need to have podcasts. Redick's contract with the team is believed to be for 4 years. No official amount posted yet, but I'm sure it's for a lot of money. Charlie Woods, the 17-year-old son of Tiger Woods. I'm shocked Charlie doesn't have a podcast yet. I'm sure he will soon. He'll play in the U.S. Junior Amateur Championship by winning a qualifying event in Coral Springs, Florida. But unlike many of the events the young Woods has played in, Tiger won't be able to serve as his caddy during the championship in Oakland Hills, Michigan, July 22nd to the 27th. That's because the USGA has a rule that states a player cannot use a parent, step-parent, or guardian as a caddy at the championship. I don't know why that's newsworthy, but there you go. And last but not least, over the past year, here's a rundown of some of the NFL players, the top 10 NFL players. We're only going to do the top 5. There's no need to go through all 10 who have sold the most merchandise. Whoa! Enticing sports news this afternoon, including jerseys, T-shirts, wall decals, and bobbleheads, among many, many other things. Number 1, Jalen Hurts. 2, Jason Kelsey. 3, Patrick Mahomes. 4 is Travis Kelsey, which is funny. You would think Travis would be higher than Jason, but nope. Christian McCaffrey at number 5. If you want to see that full list, I guess you can go to the website. Let me find the website here for you. NFLPA.com/partner/posts/top 50 NFL player sales list, March 1st, 2023 to February 29th, 2024. Wow. What an enticing article. What a great way to end this Shot Clock Sports Update here on K-Bear 101. I just saw right here today is National Take Your Dog to Work Day. Please don't do that. You might have some coworkers who are allergic. I don't know if I'm necessarily allergic, but I know every single time dogs or cats or any pet with a lot of hair comes around, I start sneezing big time, which sucks because I love animals. I really do. But there's no need to take your dog to work. There used to be a ton of dog hair on this chair here in the studio, the old chair here in studio, and my nose would go. Luckily, my parents, they have this dog named Daphne, who the best part about her is that she's one of those dogs, I think, hypoallergic dogs, or one of those dogs that does not make you sneeze if you are actually allergic to any animals. But she's the most obnoxious dog besides that. They also have my cat, the cat Luna. She's fun. I wish I was able to spend more time with her, but by the time my parents got her in the house, I was already moving out here, so I get to see her only when I return back home. But just do yourself a favor. Don't bring your dog to work. The dog could easily maybe bite a coworker. You get in trouble. Use the restroom on the floor. Get in trouble with the big boss man. That sort of thing. It's better to have your dog at home and see it when you get off. I wonder how long this is going to last. The Los Angeles Unified School District, the second largest school district in the country. What's the biggest one? I know it wasn't mine. Mine was the Los Alamitos Unified School District. That's what I was in. But the Los Angeles Unified School District just banned the use of cell phones and social media platforms during the school day. The policy goes into effect in January. It's a good idea, but the Los Angeles School District, how are you going to keep monitor of all the students using their phones during school? A lot of those California schools, especially in the Los Angeles area, have tons of students. I went to a high school for my first 2 years that had 4,000 students. How are you going to make sure all 4,000 of those students are not using their phones during the middle of the day? Are they going to have a giant basket, a whole bunch of baskets at the front of the school where you check in your phone and leave it there? But then you also get those parents that are going to say, well, I want to be in contact with my kid just in case, an emergency happens of some sort. I want to make sure they have their phone on them. And even if a teacher were to try to suspend a kid, or like the principal tries suspending a kid who posted on Instagram during the school day, what a terrible reason to suspend a kid or even expel a kid. It's like, oh, you posted a selfie in math class, you're out of here. This is not going to last all that long. A new survey found that people aren't happy with the 9-to-5 business model. I know I'm not a fan of it whatsoever because I'm here 8 to 5 every single weekday. And there are businesses that I need to go to that are only open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And I do most of my shopping on the weekend because I'm working during the week, and I have no energy whatsoever after my shift to go out and shop and all that. And there's no time really in the morning to do so because, like I said, they're only open 9 to 5. People want places to be open 24/7. The survey found that people want their grocery stores, pharmacies, doctor offices to stay open around the clock. I'm all for it. But the problem is those workers are not wanting to do anything. There's going to be so many positions open for overnight doctor, overnight pharmacist, overnight grocery store clerk. It's going to be impossible to find people fill those positions. My friend Chauncey, he was a overnight stalker at a local grocery store, and he had to sleep during the whole day. I can't imagine working graveyard shifts and sleeping the whole day, sleeping when stores are open. It really does suck when most places, like the banks too. Banks are a huge part of it. Why do they have to be only open on Saturday from 9 to noon, and then I have to wait till Monday to go in there when they're open again? Because Sundays they're closed. They always have the worst hours, and it sucks. I'm all for the 24-hour, 24/7 model. So workers at Cedar Point Amusement Park in Ohio apparently needed a reminder to keep the doors closed in the petting zoo. Just 1 week after a couple of camels got out of their enclosure, ran around the petting zoo, a herd of goats managed to escape from the pen and enjoy some freedom. So Cedar Point officials say the escape is under investigation and the pen is being carefully checked. Again, this is not one of the worst animals to escape the petting zoo or a zoo as a whole. Could you imagine the rhino exhibit? It was left open. Next thing you know, you're stuck with rhinos running rampant. And the unfortunate part is that most likely those rhinos would just be put down, and that's the terrible part about it. Harambe, the whole thing back in, was it 2016? Was it that long ago? The gorillas being let loose. That'd be way worse. They're fast, agile. There'd be no stopping those. Goats, not that bad. You just attract them with food and put them back in their pen, and that's about it. Idaho's only rock station, K-Bear 101. 2 environmental activists tried to spray paint Taylor Swift's private jet with orange paint to supposedly protest Swift's carbon footprint from her frequent trips. But her plane already left, wasn't even at the airport, and they just ended up damaging other jets. What a way to protest, huh? Let me just spray paint something. Whoa, way to show them. It's almost as great as when somebody posts some sort of protest post on social media. That's going to make a huge difference right there. I posted something about a certain movement here on my story. Maybe that will put an end to it, or maybe even help that movement out even further, huh? Yeah, I showed them. I was reading here about Jimmy Kimmel Live announcing their lineup of summer guest hosts. Why doesn't he host? Why does he need to have guest hosts? I thought it was Jimmy Kimmel Live, and there's Martin Short hosting, Anthony Anderson, Catherine Hahn, Kumail Nanjiani, Jeff Goldblum, RuPaul, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman will be stepping in this year. Why can't I have celebrities guest host my show? Why not? Why can't I hear Hugh Jackman say Peach's Pit Party with his funny accent? Ryan Reynolds would be awesome to have hosting Peach's Pit Party. Just have a whole bunch of celebrities hosting my show, and I'm just still putting my name on the title. It's very weird. K-Bear 101, it is now that time for your To Peach Their Own question. Scrolling Ask Reddit once more, found this one. What are you better at than 80% of people? What's my answer to this? I can't say radio, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out here in the country that could do a whole lot better job compared to me. Basketball, I absolutely sucked at. Maybe being tall. There we go. Even though I hate when people just know me for my height or say, hey, you're so tall. Thanks. I noticed. Hooray. No, I don't want to hear about your cousin being 7'1". I don't care. Today is to peach their own question. What are you better at than 80% of people? Let me know your answer at 208-535-1015. K-Bear, finally someone calling in. How's it going?
Not too bad.
Oh, it's the same old you, huh? Are you the only person that tunes in during this hour? I'm starting to wonder this.
I don't know.
Or you're the only one brave enough? I feel like everyone else...
I don't have access to ratings or anything like that, so I can't tell.
I just feel like, I guess everyone sucks at everything in the K-Bear Rock Army besides you.
I don't know. I pretty much suck at everything. It took me forever to figure this one out.
Well, my answer was
still
literally...
not even sure.
My answer was literally be taller than most people. That's about it. There's nothing skillful about me. I saw some guy on the Reddit page saying chess, and I'm like, oh, that's good for you.
Well, everybody has varying levels of chess skill. Like, everybody at least learns how to play it. Whether or not you can play it well, that's a whole other story.
Well, back in the day, we had in elementary school, we had that chess man, the guy who would show up and teach us chess, and he looked like Exhibit from that one show on MTV. And if you got a move correct, he would give you a gummy worm, and that was like the huge thing. And then it went on to razzmatazz. And so it was very funny watching this dude just be like, hey, man, you moved your pawn correctly. Here's a gummy worm for you.
Oh, boy, sugar.
Yeah. Just what fat fifth grade me needed.
Okay, so, yeah, I can read a wiring diagram pretty well, but understanding exactly what I'm looking at, now I'll always figure it out.
You think I should hit everybody that answers this question with the...
Oh, good for you.
A wiring diagram. Wow, that's
yeah.
I've never even heard of one of those.
It's real boring, huh?
Yeah, there we go. Woohoo! Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing fantastic. What are you better at than 80% of people?
Hurting myself.
Hooting yourself?
Hurting myself.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even want to know what that means.
Like this weekend, I knocked myself out with the car door.
Did you really? Oh, hurting yourself.
I did. I did.
For some reason, I kept hearing the hooting myself. I'm like, what does that mean? Whoa.
No, hurting myself. I'm really, really good at it.
You knocked yourself out with the car door?
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be knocked out? I mean, that must be a weird thing. You just wake up.
It was. My husband's voice was like all fuzzy when he was yelling, running to me.
You idiot, why did you knock yourself out again? That type of thing.
And I hadn't even been drinking yet because we were up camping. I hadn't even had a drink. I just did it all on my own.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoy the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.